Hello, I'm doing VSW 515, and our first project this unit was making a sculpture based on colour. And I researched David Sequeira, and I want to add that even when I sit in a lecture room, I notice people sitting together in groups of the same colour, like all the reds and browns maybe in the front, the blues are a bit further out the back and in the middle. Have a look next time that you sit in a crowded theatre or something like that. Anyway, so basically, my first sculpture, um, I used colour and light. I was going to burn my piece, but um, I don't know. There's some of my trinket boxes. I'll show you. They're there with the rest of my bathroom stuff. Um, I'm actually going to have a bath, and I'm amongst all my trinket boxes. One of my faves is this is my son in a photo frame. Oh, and yes, this is for another project. This is the bathroom tiles that I love so much. I'll just let you have a look for a minute. I love this one in particular. I see things in it all the time, figures. Sometimes I see a figure, uh, half horse, half man. Anyway, I'm just going to get changed. And I shouldn't have eaten those corn chips. I'm going to have a bath in my cosy. And we'll go from there. I'm just going to stick some bath water in. Okay. Enough of looking at just tiles. I have incidentally gone through all the tiles and numbered them because when I leave this house, I have a record of the tiles. The light sounds terrible because when you turn the light on in here, it also turns on the fan. I'm trying to find a very good vantage point so you can see the actual bar. I just have to do this. Okay, something like that. It's one of my coloured sculptures. So, for exercise 2, the colour I turned was grey, as in the tiles. Uh, Grey, grey, the world is grey. Grey is the day that you went away. And then another song that it's featured in is Grey Skies are getting clearer, put on a happy face. So I'm hoping to enter the bath shortly.
I made a couple of sculptures along the way. I was also thinking of the ephemeral, but basically for the first exercise I did the lanterns and I hung them, but they were rather heavy, so I took them down. This is this was going to be my starting sculpture for thinking about the colour grey, but at the time I was thinking of something more esoteric and to do with yoga. Okay, I'm going to. I thought bubbles would be a nice idea, but it's going against the colour. I also bought some uh, neon food colour that my sister said don't go in the water with that because it goes into all your orifices. I made tons of jelly, so if anything, I'm going to have a jelly bar. So there's some jelly. I'm going to float that. And this is my rainbow jelly flask. I've started with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, even though it's very hard to read. So there you go. It's a very big body there. So hopefully you can see the bar. And now I'll start putting the floating jelly in. So I also want to see how the colours react with one another. So I'll get you further into the bath and you can just see my legs and there's the floating jelly. What's going to happen when I stick that in the bath? Oh, does the water make the colour change? Can you see the heart floating amongst the jelly? And I used plastic so that the jelly wouldn't run out of the holes. I picked this item off the side of the street. And I'm actually not sure what it was used for, but it could have been used to something to do with cars. I won't eat the jelly. It won't be edible, but there's my lovely jelly. Does it change when you squish it up? Okay. Oh, there's my lovely jelly heart. Oh, I know what I'll do. So I have, oops, this is what happens with jelly. I have some yellow jelly and I have some red jelly. And I'm going to see what happens when I add some red jelly onto the yellow. Does it make orange? Yeah. And of course, the jelly is melting. Does the red and yellow make you think of anything? Well, to me, we're made up of blood, and infection is sometimes yellow, white or yellow. So this could resemble a part of our body. So when you talk about putting colours together, and I suppose understanding colour theory, when you put red and yellow together, that make orange. I like the idea of the rainbow, which is just white light refracted. The colours of the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Now for this is my last bit. This is my last beautiful bit of the experiment. My coloured drinking glass. Now, I wonder what happens. Will it fall out? Probably not. I read with some of the jelly recipes that if you're making things for children, in particular, that you sometimes can oil the base of what you're using. This is the reverse: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. It would go, the colours come out violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And look at the lovely colour through the glass. It's beautiful. Whoops. Oh, and have a look at that. An exercise in colour. And basically, that's the end of my lanterns here. I'll depict some of them. That's a swan. I'll have a bit to clean up. Oh, look at this beautiful colour. Oh, well, I'll have to wash it off there. Hope it doesn't stay in my clothing. Oh. This is a thinking exercise. Okay, so there's my colour glass. And I'm getting clean at the same time. This is what you do when you're 64 and you probably wish you were a child again. I'll end now. I was going to remember how to end the video. Still on. Live. End stream. So exercises of colour, referencing David Sakara, who put his coloured bottles together, his collections together, and then, as in the bathroom, grey, grey, my world is grey. That comes from a song. And also, I will grey skies again in clear, put on a happy face. I actually, referencing David Sakara, have a look at how bottles of shampoo are kind of placed together in colour order there. The pinks and the greens. And there's my beautiful red flame. This is a send-off also for me in this bath, and I love colour, so the David Sakara and the colour exercises and the colour as in a reference, and my references are songs, I'm referencing them as well. So my lanterns are part of this. They just have little trinkets from the home, and they're all colourful, and I put them in colour order initially, and then because of the grey, I thought I'd stick with my grey tiles, which I have referenced all of them now,
They all tell a story to me. I don't even have to think about it. Every day that I go and use the bathroom, something will pop out at me, and it's kind of fortuitous because these tiles end up becoming like pictures. I can't do it. I can't make myself do it, but there's something about when I come into the bathroom, something stands out at me. So it's my mind reflecting, and it relaxes within the tiles. So basically, I suppose this video is a summation of exercise 1 about colour and exercise 2 as well, using colour in a quote. And again, initially, when I had to think of colour, even though I love colour, I kept on going back to grey. Maybe it's that time of my life because I'm at the end of my life. You know, I'm not a child. I'm probably in the last quarter, I'd hate to say. But I'm still happy. So I see a lot in the grey, and to me, the grey becomes colourful. And when I have things like the jelly is representative of myself too. It's a globule that when you mix up the colours, as in our colours like our blood and whatever else is in our body, if you mix them all together, they become grey. Anyway, thank you.